Hi everyone, Justine Froelker here, and it's Therapy Thursday. So, 2018 has been fairly brutal. My grandpa passed away. Chad's grandma's in the hospital. My other grandpa's not doing well. One of my friends lost her young son to the flu. One of my other friends' husband is in the hospital. I mean, it just has been hard. And I know I'm not the only one. A lot of uncertainty and darkness. And so I wanted to do a quick Therapy Thursday about how do we choose happy, even in the dark, uncertain times. And I kind of did a little bit of writing around this, and I came up with this list of 5 things. It's not anything really new, but hopefully you'll hear it in a different way today. So first off, give yourself permission to feel. We go through our lives just busying ourselves and saying, I don't have time to feel this. And so what we do when we do that is we offload it, we cope in ineffective ways. And emotion is energy and it has to go somewhere. And so there's so much power in giving yourself permission to feel it. Literally in your head saying, I give myself permission to feel whatever. We must give ourselves permission. Number 2, beyond that, we, however, choose how we feel that. So there's this piece of what meaning are you attaching to whatever is going on? Because the meaning that you attach to it probably determines how you feel about it. As we talk about in the Rising Ever Upward work, what's the story you're making up? Because when we own and claim the stories that we make up and that we attach to the crap that's happening in our lives, that's when we will be able to get our clarity. Because that's when we realize that most of the stuff happening in our lives has nothing to do with us. And the only thing that we have control over is the story that we make up around it. We choose what we do with that story. What's the story you're making up? And own that. What's the meaning that you're attaching to what is going on? Because when we define and claim those things, we get to choose our emotions and how we feel them and what we do with them. So that takes us to number 3. What do you do with it? A feeling is just a feeling. It's energy that has to move through. It doesn't have much power until we claim it with a behavior or an action, or we choose to cope with it in a healthy or an unhealthy way. We can choose to stuff it down. We can choose to offload it onto somebody else or something else. We can choose not to deal. It's got to go somewhere. So it doesn't really have a whole lot of power until you attach to the drama of it, as Cassandra says, until you literally put something to it. Until then, it's just a feeling that hopefully you're asking yourself where it's coming from. But then when you attach a behavior to it, that's when it has the most power. And so what behavior are you going to attach to it? Because again, that is in your control. Number 4, what are you going to choose to believe? So beyond steps 1 through 3, what are you going to choose to believe? Are you going to choose to believe it's going to be okay? And as we say, if it's not okay, it's not over yet. Are you going to choose to keep your eyes and your heart open enough to receive the message and the lesson that you're needing to receive in the hardship and the difficulty and the shit that's happening right now, in the fear, in the dark, whatever it might be? What is the lesson that you need to receive in it? Are you going to choose to believe that this is as shitty as it is for your higher good? Because there are no mistakes. There's shit and there's dark. Our power lies in what we choose to do with it. And so ultimately, number 5, it's our choice. Are you going to choose to be a victim? Are you going to choose to wallow? We are not puppets. We are not victims. We choose what we do with our lives. And this is not to say that we don't honor and validate those parts of ourselves that are hurt and scared and fearful. We must honor those parts. Again, back to number 1, permission to feel. Beyond that, though, we choose how to use it. So in this time of uncertainty of mine, I'm going to rely on my faith. I'm going to rely on my tribe. I'm going to reach out for help. I'm going to practice this work of self-care and naming my feelings and coping with them in an effective way and talking about them and sharing it with the world, because I know I'm not alone and neither are you. Make it a great day, and I'll see you next Thursday for Therapy Thursday. If you liked this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and to click the follow notification so you never miss a video. Make sure to like this video and please share it with someone who you know it could help. And I'll see you next week. Thanks so much.